Hello, well, I'm going to do a full review on Star Trek Picard. So I did a quick review last night, and I got some mixed comments from the review. It's an honest review. Basically, I'll sum it up. I just thought the first episode was boring, and that's one of the cardinal sins about entertainment. Do not bore me with your boring content. But let's dive into it. As you can tell, I'm a big Star Trek fan. Love the original series, love Next Generation, love all the series. Major fan. So I was really looking forward to seeing Patrick Stewart talk about going back together. The first thing, the title by itself, Star Trek Picard. Star Trek, to me, has always been an ensemble cast. If you look at the original series, you at least have Kirk, Bones, and Spock. The Next Generation is basically all of them, but definitely the Picard, Data, Riker, Worf show going on, basically. So you have an ensemble cast going on. So when you single out one person, Picard, and I guess if you had to single out one person, it would be, Jean-Luc Picard. But let's dive into why there's some issues at the pilot. Now, the very first series, the Next Generation, it took at least half the series, if not almost 3/4 of the series, for it to actually find its bearing, and basically for the actors to know what they were doing with their characters and whatnot. So we'll start off, a lot of spoilers right now, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it, then come back, subscribe. Also, I can use more subscribers, of course. Basically, we start off, we see the Enterprise D. Of course, we love the Enterprise D. It's our favorite ship, my favorite ship, the Galaxy class, love it. And in there is Data. Can't see his rank. And I'm kind of wondering, what time frame is this? Picard's clearly, almost, 78 years old. He's older. He's not the Picard from the Next Generation on there, and they're playing poker, kind of like the last episode, last scene of All Good Things. All the bridge crew is playing poker and whatnot, and then basically Data's talking and whatnot like this. Then there's something with Mars. I'm thinking, Mars? They've almost never brought up Mars. They've always been way other places than Mars. So anyways, then there's an explosion going on. Then we get to the Picard, winery basically in Paris, and he has a dog. His dog's number one. Kind of nice little nod and whatnot like this. And there's some folks that are his helpers. He's retired from Starfleet or resigned from Starfleet, something like that. He has some interview coming up. He's never done an interview. I don't know why a captain or admiral would be doing interviews anyways, but apparently some big event happened. They talk about the Romulus exploding or some nebula exploding. They had to get all the folks off of Romulus and take them somewhere else. And he resigned because it was not Starfleet. That's the big critical thing going on. And I'm kind of thinking, all right, we've seen this before, a lot of times with DS9, some of the other things where Starfleet's not perfect and whatnot. I'm thinking, okay. So he resigns over that, goes, makes wine, his family winery. Then we see this young lady and her boyfriend talking. Some people transport in, and she turns into like this kung fu master fighter and whatnot, and she has like an image of Picard. She sees him on a newscast and goes, finds him. Apparently she knew who he was anyways, I guess. And from there, she talks to Picard, and Picard, I think, remembers her a little bit. Then he remembers Data painting a painting, and it was her face on the painting. It was her in the painting. And they made two paintings. He has one in his study and one in the archives at Starfleet, which I didn't know. They basically had like a big room with all of his artifacts. I'm thinking, why does he need to have that back in France? Don't know. Maybe because it makes sense, and you really wanted that cool scene there in Starfleet and whatnot. So that goes on, and there's something about artificial life and whatnot like that. So I don't, we all know Data died in the last Star Trek movie, and B4 apparently couldn't handle his positronic brain. And if you copy Data's positronic brain, you could have like real looking humans that are actually synths. I guess we're going to Blade Runner in some ways. And all this stuff, to me, has never been, part of Star Trek. I mean, we had Data, who was an android. So they're talking about androids. Apparently some androids, I guess, blew up Mars or something like that. And so it came from this factory. He goes to the factory, the Daystrom Institute, goes there. And she got accepted to go to college there, the young lady that went to go see Picard. Anyway, so he goes to Daystrom, and finds all this stuff out, and goes there. those same aliens beam in or whatever, and they fight. Picard, 78 years old, can't even get up the stairs, much less fight. So she throws them down the side, and she goes all Matrix on them and whatnot, and one of them spits on her, and it just explodes, makes her explode. And Picard goes, oh! Great acting, way better than that. And I'm thinking, all right, it's over. What else can you do? This is over. So there's apparently, they make them in two. So when he goes to Daystrom Institute, he realizes they make two of them. What's this necklace mean? Okay, it means some type of biological, genetic, blah, blah, blah that we don't understand. All right, we get there, and then, you know, that's basically about it. Then somebody else comes out, and it pulls out. It looks like it's some type of a cube, a board cube or something, and ta-da, that's it. So maybe I'm missing a lot of things going on, but you know, part of the job of telling a story is to keep me engaged. There's too much stuff going on. Keep it simple. We like Star Trek. We like things that make sense to us, stuff that we know. We love Data. I'm glad to see him back. Don't know how much he'll be back. Apparently a lot of the folks from the bridge crew will show up at some point on the episodes. Maybe it'll get better, maybe it'll get clearer. Maybe this would have been better as a movie instead of an episode. Maybe it'd be better to we need more context of what's going on, and this is the first act of something that's going to go on. I look forward to seeing the rest of it, but right off the bat, I'm just not engaged. I'm not bought in, invested. On Discovery, it was interesting enough and different enough that I just kind of discounted it as being anything from Star Trek. And it was interesting, and it definitely got a lot better as time went on. So maybe Picard will do the same thing. So anyways, do you agree? Do you disagree? Did you think it was enthralling all out? It was engaging you all the way through the complete episode? Or were you like me, like, man, Snoozeville, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. And I'm a big Star Trek fan. I know all of them. I've seen all the episodes, all the movies. I know Star Trek. And you're like, what? Huh? What? Replicants? We never had any replicants in Starfleet before in the Star Wars universe that I know of. Holograms, I don't know. Anyways, we'll see where it's going to go. Apparently it's already picked up for a second season, so they know they can at least end this and whatnot. The one thing is like this, you know, of course Patrick Stewart's a fantastic actor, and he definitely, you know, being 78 years old, just can't do the, you know, swashbuckling, fighting scenes going on. And for me, if I was going to make Star Trek Picard, I wouldn't worry about the action. That's not the episodes that I like the best were not the action episodes. One episode I think that pops up in my mind is Drumhead. Drumhead was one of my favorite episodes of all time. And there's like almost no action in it at all. It's all talking, all dialogue. It's one of those, what they call them, the bottle episodes, basically. So they did everything on the bridge of the Enterprise, because they have to go out and get sets and whatnot. Fantastic episode. So yeah, that's what I was expecting more. But of course, we're today with all the CGI. You got to have things explode. You got to have some action, kung fu, Matrix stuff going on and whatnot. So that's not my Star Trek. My Star Trek is intellectual. It's thinking. We think about things. We talk things out, not just fight everything that we don't understand. Disagree? Maybe this Picard is more like the movies and not like the television series. You go look, and people have made that argument before, that the Picard in the movies is completely different than the Picard from the TV show. So anyways, let me know what you think. As always, rock and roll, of course, it does compute. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that will totally compute. And as always, it does compute. Beam me out of here.